Hello and welcome back to episode 6 of Arsenal A New Era on the FM19 beta. And we're just going to jump into this one really because I want to try and... I'm not sure, I haven't edited the last episode yet, but I have a suspicion it might be a bit longer than hoped. So I'm going to try and keep this one down. So last time we had Man United and Liverpool in the league. Good draw against Man United and a disappointing loss against Liverpool, both at home. Liverpool was particularly hard to take because I felt we were a better team in the game, and at the very least a draw. I think a draw was probably harsh, but to lose it in the circumstances was hard to take. But we bounced back and we come again today. We got Tottenham in the league, North London derby. We are the early kick-off, so we get a chance to put a bit of ground in before Liverpool play Burnley, who are just ahead of us at the moment, I think. Yes, Man United got Palace, they should win that really, and Man City got Everton again, should win that as well. Not that Man City and Man United are catchable really, but you know. And the Bournemouth game today is the second leg of the League Cup. So let's have a look how we've got on in the last couple of games since that unfortunate loss against Liverpool. So first of all, we had the FA Cup third round against Stoke, and we were absolutely rampant in this game. Guendouzi getting us off the mark, Nketiah getting a double, 30 minutes, and then just before half time, Willock got one in the middle, as did Danny Welbeck. So we scored 5-0 before half time. We came out second half. I mentioned in the last episode I had a bit of a different system to try and maybe utilise that with the sort of lack of players we're starting to have with injuries and whatnot. Now, I did put that in the second half and Phoebe scored, so I changed straight back. Maybe it wasn't quite ready yet, certainly not for the Arsenal, but it was a very rotated team, and we changed at half time at 5-0, so it's a hard one to judge it. It's probably not the best judgment of that system. We'll maybe give it another go at a different game if we need to. We then had the first leg of the League Cup semi-final, 1-0 win here, Lacazette after 9 minutes, and that would be pretty much all that would happen in the game. A few other highlights, but nothing really to talk about too much. And we get a nice away goal. Not that I think away goals count in the League Cup anyway, so irrelevant. Actually, yeah, just a good 1-0 lead in the League Cup. And then the final game before today was Fulham. In between this, Mustafi did actually go, and it opened another achievement. It was record sale, so obviously I've broken the record sale at Arsenal. 40 million straight out, beats the 29.5, 30 million that we sold Fabregas to Barcelona for. And we did, speaking of Fabregas and I suppose Chelsea, we did draw them away in the FA Cup fourth round. So we get Chelsea in the Cup again, and we play Chelsea again. So not expecting to go too far in the FA Cup this year. Probably won't be able to put a full strength team out, judging by how we really need to really knuckle along with the league now, based on the last couple of results we've had recently. We need to really crack on with that. But yeah, Fulham, Socrates actually got a hat-trick in this game. He got 2 from a corner. One was, I think it was, I don't think any of them were straight headers. I think they were all knocked down to him and he buried them. And then we got a penalty on the 65th minute. He stepped up to complete his hat-trick and he took it. Amongst those goals as well, Aubameyang got one. They did actually equalise against us right before half-time. It was only 1-0 going into half-time before Sessegnon pulled one back. But we managed to regroup and end up winning the game 4-1. We have done a little bit of business in the transfer market. Mostly loans, but we have bought one player. We've bought Vinagre in on loan from Wolves. He gives us that bit of cover at left wing, left midfield. Obviously with Iwobi being out. Pereira not being completely reliable, Rafinha not being completely reliable, that sort of thing. Welbeck not really being a left winger. I thought we needed someone who can come in just to cover us in the times of need, and maybe we need a bit of rotation. He's not amazing, he's more an attacking fullback, but he's decent, he's got a good potential. On loan from Wolves, we're paying I think 50% of his wages, something like that. 18 grand. I think if he's not playing we pay 30, something like that. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think he's a decent one to have on loan. We also brought David Brooks in on loan from Bournemouth. Again, not amazing, but not too bad. But similar to play on the right hand side. He can actually play inverted winger. So if we flip our formation and play the inverted wing on the right, he can do it that side. And then Vinagre can do it on the left, I suppose. So we can flip our formation, I guess, to a degree. And play it the other way around. And then the final one is someone we actually spent money on. So we mentioned in the last episode we had the comment to sign this guy. I've gone out and signed him. With Ozil being out injured as well, it gives me another option to play in this just behind the striker role. He's got all the attributes to play there. 5-star or 4, rising to 5-star potential, 3-star current. I think he's going to be definitely one for the future. We signed him for 14.75 from, I think that's Flamengo. He's done okay there, but I think with some good players around him. He can flourish here. Still young, still 21. Midfield entertainer, so the Emirates faithful will love him. I think this is it was a good suggestion. I'll give you that. He's on 110 grand a week, worth 34 already. It's already worth double his money pretty much. So he's actually going to be chucked at the deep end today, because we have been playing Joe Willock and Zelalem in behind the Ozil role, basically, where he's been out. But yeah, so we'll jump into that game now. So the next thing you will see will be the lineups for today's game. So here are the lineups. Tottenham, I thought it was Raheem Sterling for a minute left wing. It's not. K Sterling, don't know who that is. Lucas Moura, Llorente up front, Dele Alli. So I'm not sure what's going on. Stepanenko here, Dyer, Ben Davies, Vincent Sanchez, Alderweireld, Trippier and Lloris. I'm not quite sure what's going on with their team here. It's almost like they're not completely taking it seriously, which A, it's a North London derby, you always take them seriously. And B, it is a league game and they are 7th, they need some results. So I don't know whether Kane's just injured or something. It didn't show it in the pre-match review. It did say 4 players missing though, so it could be something to do with that. We make a couple of changes, so Paqueta comes in at attacking midfield and Vecino comes in at centre midfield because Ramsey had a cold leading up to this game. He is fit, he can play, but his fitness is just a little bit on the lower side. Vecino's coming in, despite his average rating, he's played well in the last couple of games, so we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him a chance. He's been scratching for first team football, so we're going to give it to him in the North London derby. No pressure. We'll send the assistant there and we're going to kick off. And it's back to Socrates. He's done really well since he's come in. He obviously scored a hat-trick in that one game. He's knocking a few goals generally, actually, so hopefully more of a defensive performance today, but I'll take a goal from him. A threat from corners and free kicks, that sort of thing. A good aerial, even if they weren't direct. Oh, and that's a strange pass back to Lloris. Oh, and Paqueta, he chases it down, and he scored 2 minutes 45 seconds into his debut in the North London derby. He robs Lloris, he makes him look like a fool.
He's the biggest fool.
And just carries on, and I mentioned it looked like a weird back pass, and it went very strange. He just robs him, runs in, and just taps it away into the goal. If he'd have missed that, it'd have been a shocker. I'd be thinking, why do we spend the money? But he doesn't. He buries it. 1-0 lead in the North London derby. Mkhitaryan with a free kick here. Not the best. Does go back to him. And again, not the best follow-up either. They do have a chance to counter here. And it's Dele Alli, but the pass is terrible, and we do intercept, we can regroup. Vecino not with the best pass ever, but Pereira rescues it. Tackled himself. Can we nick it back here? I mean, Dele Alli gives it away again, dropped very deep and gave it away, but they regroup themselves and come back. But Llorente is not going to cause us a pacey threat behind the back. That's where their midfielders will probably come into play. But Paqueta's again, he goes close for a double. About 7 minutes later, he could have had 2. And as we get into half time, Ben Davies is still on and Dele Alli's picked up a knock, and they've both literally just gone off. Aurier's coming on at left back, obviously a right back coming on at left back, and Jay Rolls, I don't know him, he's come on for Dele Alli. So another young lad they brought up, so I don't know if they're really suffering of injuries or what. Heung-min Song, it said, was still out as well, I think, which I'm pretty sure he should be back from the Asian Games by now. It's, January we're in now. Let the assistant take it. I should have done the second part, really. Interesting, they got Stepanenko. Obviously, we had him at Shakhtar last year on FM18. Sold him, I think, brought him back, and I think sold him again. Or maybe brought him back just before we finished. Brought him back for the new manager, perhaps. And Kolasinac with a good chance to make a good cross. And it's Paqueta again. He scored again. This guy, Ozil might actually have some trouble getting back into the team at this rate. He has come into Arsenal and he has just stunned the North London derby. Vecino with a good bit of play here. Kolasinac drills it across, and Paqueta rises the highest. Lloris has no chance, and it's in the far corner. 2 goals for Paqueta, and the headlines are all being written here. Tottenham are playing with more caution, so that sounds to me like they're just happy to restrict it at 2-0, when really it should be more. And Sergio Aurier's gone off injured now as well, so they are down to 10 men. But we've got a 2-0 win. We don't need to press too much. We've got what we need to do. Bellerin with a throw in here just to end the game, I'm sure. Torreira, that's the end of the game. 2-0 win, North London derby. Should have been much more, but Paqueta, star of the show. Thank you for that comment in the last episode. The first episode, in fact. you made that comment, and I went back and saw it. You just started watching the series. Hopefully you're carrying on and you've got to this point and seen this happen, because thank you very much. I forget your name. I've lost my notes, unfortunately. I've deleted them and changed them. But yeah, thank you so much. Happy with the way you played. Everyone's delighted. So without that out of the way, we'll rest the players up and we'll come back for the Bournemouth game. We are back, and we have played, well, through the gap between the two games. I think it was about 3 days. It took quite a while, it seems. It was a lot of news stories going on. We've had a few bids on loan for Guendouzi, so I've accepted those. I think it was Malaga, Young Boys and someone else. I've said yes because we've got Torreira and El Neni primarily playing the roles. We've got Vecino if we need him. So I thought it'd be good for him to get out and get some regular football. He's in the first team. He's played the odd couple of games, but I think he needs a few more games for us. Obviously, in real life, he's playing a lot of football for Arsenal, and he's looking very good. I like the look of him. He looks a fantastic little player and a good little find. I hope he develops into the way he started off his Arsenal career and builds on that. But we've got the second leg against Bournemouth. Obviously, we had the 1-0 win at the... I forget the name of their stadium, actually. What's the name of their stadium? This is embarrassing. Dean Court. So yeah, we're going to jump to the lineups. I've done the team already, so we'll jump straight to the lineups. You'll see those shortly. So here's the lineups. We've got Lacazette up front, Joe Willock just behind. We've got Danny Welbeck on the left. The two guys we loaned they're cup tied, so they can't play. So we've had to play Tormy on the right. He played the first leg against Bournemouth, and he actually got the assist for the goal for, I think it was Lacazette. Guendouzi is actually playing today with Xhaka next to him. Possibly could be going out in this window as well. I'm not too sure. We've got Monreal, Mavropanos, Koscielny, who is back. He's played a couple of games for us. Maitland-Niles at right back, and then Peter Cech in goal. They're going with a very strong lineup, very first team, it looks like, or certainly, yeah, it looks very strong. We've gone fairly rotation because we've got, well, a few players in need of a rest, and also it's a cup game. We are giving the League Cup quite a bit of rotation. Maybe the final might change that, I'm not too sure. We've got the Chelsea and FA Cup next. I might go similar with that because we need to keep everyone fit and safe and healthy for the league and what we've got coming up with that. So the cups aren't a big priority. This one we'll try and win because we're in the semi-final perhaps. I think it's looking like it's probably going to be Liverpool in the final if they get through their semi. I think that's the other team, big team in it. FA Cup, we're still a long way from being anywhere near contending in that. If we can sneak past Chelsea, great. If we don't, I'm not overly concerned. But we're still going with this highlight here. It's 2 minutes in. It's not the kick-off one, but it's the one just after. It's been going a bit of back and forth. Xhaka finds Welbeck, who's playing that left midfield side today. And Tormy, he gets his... it's offside. It tells you straight away on this one. I'm sure on FM19 you have to wait a little while sometimes. I think on this one you do sometimes. But I mean, yeah, he's clearly offside. That's when the pass is played and he's miles off. Good finish, but unfortunately offside. There's finally a highlight just before half-time, so hopefully it's just the half-time highlight. Joe Willock's picked up a knock. They picked up a knock early on as well. He's got no one ahead of him, so he's just got a run with the ball here. We'll probably take him off at half-time. We've changed to a more cautious approach from attacking here, and it led to them getting a chance, so we might have to rethink it. I've seen that happen a few times. But Mavropanos with a good tackle there after a sloppy bit of play in midfield. But Welbeck's driving forward, finds Willock. A great pass to Tormy, and he has a chance to redeem his offside. He's offside again. So we get to half-time. We're still 1-0 on aggregate. So a goal would be comfortable here. They haven't had a shot, so that we're doing that bit right. The shots for... Yeah, we've not created many, and the ones we have all been from distance, and only one on target, so that's very disappointing. Prove a point, everyone's motivated. We are going to do Zelalem for Willock. I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, straight change. And they're kicking off here. Hopefully just a nothing highlight. So it's going on a bit longer. Can we pinch it here maybe? No, it's the end. Good tackle there by Xhaka. But it's a bad pass. And they've hit the bar on 86 minutes, which would have equalised the tie. Because Koscielny with a free kick, it's the end highlight. That's fantastic. Shocking we didn't get the breakthrough, but we didn't really need to. I mean, it would have made it more comfortable, I guess. But like the journalist says here, we've taken care of business. We've done what we need to do. Thanks, Luke Hare. Brilliant reporting. And I mean, it was disappointing, but I mean, Granit Xhaka's confused and demotivated. That pretty much sums up his spell under me. He's not been the best. He's not had a chance really, but we've got better options. If I can get rid of him in this window, I will, but I'm not going to offer him out because I think it's going to cause all sorts of problems with the squad. We'll leave to the physio 6 to 11 days. Yeah, cause all sorts of problems with the squad. It's going to give us the midfield issues again, and you get less money when you offer us. We'll wait for someone to come in. There's a few people want him on loan, but that's not going to happen. We'll send the assistant there. So where we're going to come back to next episode, I want to try and ideally get through, I mean, it's not too much left of it, but through January at least. So we're going to skip through these games. We're going to come back. We might come back, I mean, depending on the FA Cup, I'm guessing the FA Cup next round will sit between the Ludogorets games. So we'll either come back, depending on how the FA Cup goes, we'll either come back for the Ludogorets double, or we'll come back for the Ludogorets and whatever's in the middle here. So maybe the second leg. If the cup game comes in the middle here, we'll play the cup game and the second leg, because we should know more what's going on. And it's another home game, of course it is. So yeah, we'll stick with that. Yeah, I think that's the best bet. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please drop a sub. Loving the growth, loving the interest in the channel recently, particularly with FM19 and the Arsenal save. So I'm happy for that to keep on coming. If we get to the 100, the next landmark for me is the 100 subs. And get that custom URL going. I can't wait to be rocking that, because I can't remember mine at the moment. I just keep going and copying and pasting it whenever I need to do it somewhere, so that'd be amazing. Yeah, and any comments, again, like always, drop them below and I'll get around to them pretty quickly usually. So yeah, until next time with possibly a Ludogorets double or a cup and Ludogorets single game, I'll see you later. Take care.